in that marriage, Dr. Weigel had to make a decision whether he was going to follow the Lord and do what God wanted him to do, or do what his wife wanted, what she wanted to do. He told his wife, he said, "Honey, I love you, but God is calling me into the ministry to preach the gospel. I have to do God's calling." She said to him, "If you go into ministry, I will leave you. I will leave you, I will divorce you." And she did. She left him and she went to California to be in the movie industry. Out of that sorrow and out of that time in his life, he was a musician as well, and he wrote the song, "No One Ever Cared For Me Like Jesus." I want to just read the verses to you today. I'm going to be playing two of them. And the reason why this song means so much to me is that when I was 8 years old, I was a member of the Great Highland Park Baptist Church in Chattanooga, Tennessee, where Dr. Lee Robertson was a pastor. Back in those days, it was probably one of the only mega churches in the country. Every Sunday would have like 5,000 people come. And in the ministry at Tennessee Temple, Dr. Lee Robertson got to know Dr. Weigel. And when he became an older man, he invited Dr. Weigel to come to Tennessee Temple and live out the rest of his days. He provided him an apartment there. We called it the Weigel apartment. I remember when I was a young child, when we were home on furlough with my mom and dad from West Africa, I met Dr. Weigel on the sidewalk in front of the dining room at Tennessee Temple. Shook the man's hand. I remember in 1965, I was able to hear him sing this song in his 90s, "No One Ever Cared For Me Like Jesus." And to hear him sing that at that age, the whole auditorium was just weeping. It's such a moving song that God gave to him out of a point in his life he was so sorrowful. At Tennessee Temple, where I went to college, we had a group of singers, college group of singers called the Weigel Singers, where I studied and did my music. We named the building the Weigel Music Building. So this song has a personal effect on me as well. I want to read the first verses to you, and then I'll play them for you. "I would love to tell you what I think of Jesus, since I found in him a friend so strong and true. I would tell you how he changed my life completely. He did something that no other friend could do." That's the first verse. Second verse, "Every day he comes to me with new assurance. More and more I understand his words of love. But I'll never know just why he came to save me, till someday I see his blessed face above. No one ever cared for me like Jesus, of course. There's no other friend so kind as he. No one else could take the sin and darkness from me. Oh, how much he cared for me."